Now to introduce this year's nominees. Here's News 9's Eric Morotek and Wake Up Wisconsin's Sadie Fisher.
All right. Well, good evening. I am Sadie Fisher. Thank you so much for joining us at the 2024 Small Business of the Year Awards.
And I'm Eric Morotek. Welcome tonight. We, of course, are here to give you the business.
Yeah.
No?
No, not quite.
Oh, business award.
Yes,
business awards. Mm-hmm. This is what happens when they don't give me a teleprompter.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we're going to be recognizing the 8 businesses tonight that have been recognized for Small Business of the Year. We, of course, celebrate the impact all businesses, small businesses have here in the area. And, of course, following the awards, everyone's favorite time, chance to socialize, get to know each other, congratulate those who were nominated, and, of course, enjoy some refreshments.
Mm-hmm. We have a few housekeeping items to go through before we start. Please silence all of your electronic devices, and restrooms are located outside of those doors in between the convention center and the restaurant bar.
Very important. So, with that, we're thrilled to welcome you all here tonight for this exciting celebration. This is the second program, of course, of the Chamber's Business Month, and it includes a variety of events to celebrate businesses and commerce.
Yeah, we are looking forward to the nation's largest Chamber Expo to be held next week right here in central Wisconsin. That's taking place on Thursday, April 18th in Rothschild, and will be followed by the Fun at Expo networking event that same evening.
But of course, first we'd like to thank our sponsors for tonight. We have our presenting sponsor, M3 Insurance, and we have a brief message from them.
Don't compromise when it comes to insurance. We're your yes and agency. World-class expertise, yes, and individual attention. We're your no compromises, no matter what, best of all worlds insurance partner. We are M3.
We also would like to thank our Small Business Month sponsors. Our platinum sponsor is the Dirks Group.
And we turn now to our gold sponsors for the night, Ho Chunk Gaming out of Wittenberg, Northwest Tool and Manufacturing Company, Rhyme, Ruderware LLSC, and Wausau Smiles Dental LLC.
We also have our silver sponsors, American Family Insurance, David J. Cooper Agency, REI Engineering Incorporated, TDS Telecom, and Yox Body and Custom.
And our TV media sponsor is WAOW Newsline 9. Mm-hmm. I've heard of them.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Print media sponsor is The Business News. And our radio media sponsor is Midwest Communications.
We also have our Expo sign sponsor, our Graphic House, Expo Award sponsor, Fully Promoted, and our printed program and map sponsor, Rotographic Printing.
Well, of course, we all here know that small business plays just a crucial role here in the community by bringing growth for jobs and innovation to the economy and providing both job opportunities for many people, including families.
Thank you so much to the community for supporting all of our small businesses. Now, on to the awards portion of today's event. The Greater Wausau Chamber of Commerce Small Business of the Year Awards began way back in 1981. That was long before I was born, not to make you guys feel old or anything.
You just did, thank you.
So sorry. The process involves nominations and the completion of a thorough application by each of the finalists.
Well, the finals applications were reviewed and scored independently by a group of confidential judges from non-competing businesses and organizations. Now, the judges don't know how their scores compare with the other judges, important to say, or they don't know who the recipients are either until they are announced right here tonight on this stage.
Today's recipients are based on their scores in the following categories: the story of their business or organization, their growth, and their community involvement.
And each finalist was interviewed on Facebook for the lead up to today's event, and you can, of course, view those videos on the Chamber's website and the video library on wausauchamber.com.
And though we are here tonight to recognize the 2024 Small Business of the Year Award winners and recipients, I want to take the time to recognize and celebrate 43 years of past recipients by asking all previous Small Business of the Year Award recipients to please stand up.
And there in front of you, you have a list of all of the previous recipients that are in the booklets there at your table. And congratulations to all of you who have won this wonderful award in the past.
And note that all recipients have not been notified of their win tonight. They have not been notified in advance. All of them have been asked to prepare a little something just in case they are to be recognized with an award today.
And we want to not recognize two recipients who were recognized last year at the Small Business of the Year Award program. It's Patriot Auto Repair and Never Forgotten Honor Flight.
This year, we will honor finalists and recipients in both the Business to Consumer and Charitable Nonprofit Award categories. The Business to Consumer category recognizes companies who primarily do business with other consumers. Last year, Patriot Auto Repair was the recipient of this award in the category, and we invite owner Jim Pensalent to take a moment to reflect on receiving that award last year.
There he is.
Good evening. Didn't give me a teleprompter either. So it seems like just a month ago, our team was sitting in these chairs with the 2023 Small Business of the Year finalists, anxiously awaiting to see what the night would bring. Fast forward 12 months, and here we are. I remember being told that the year will fly by, and I wasn't quite sure what that meant exactly. Now I know. Being a recipient of the award is such an honor. It has allowed us the opportunity to showcase our business, and more importantly, to connect with other members of the chamber and be more aware of the businesses around us. There are just so many good organizations who do amazing things in the community. I don't know how it can be narrowed down to a group of just finalists and then select a winner. But let's take a look at this year's finalists in the Business and Consumer category.
Business to Consumer category. Tim Thorson opened Health in Motion in 1994 as a physical therapy clinic in Rhinelander. In the 30 years since, the business has expanded to 8 locations in the state and 1 in Pennsylvania. In 2014, Ben Solheim joined the company as a provider and partner in Wausau. What began as a physical therapy clinic evolved into a multifaceted wellness hub, offering rehabilitation services along with athletic performance and corporate solutions. Health in Motion continues to prioritize excellence, innovation, and community well-being. Krieger's Bakery is a renewed business on Wausau's east side. The original family-owned business opened more than 60 years ago and is now operated by owners Kathleen Brigelman and Hannah Reyes. The duo is the first to operate the bakery from outside the Krieger family and have worked diligently to maintain the nostalgic craftsmanship and charm of the historic business, while also modernizing processes and adding their own unique baked offerings. Kathleen and Hannah have placed an emphasis on both customer service and deliciousness. Rest Lawn Memorial Park is the largest cemetery in the greater Wausau area, encompassing almost 300 acres. Originally developed by businessmen in the area, the Crossy family managed the business before it was sold to the Tosin family as a division of the Tribute Companies in 1998. Rest Lawn hosts burial, committal, and memorial services, celebrations of life, community events, remembrance programs, musical productions, and other programs within the chapel or within the grounds itself. The business helps families through the grief process by providing exceptional services. The Unglitch Marketing Studio in Wausau has served businesses in central Wisconsin, the Keweenaw, and beyond for nearly 9 years. Jacqueline Toksdorf is the owner of this creative marketing studio and enjoys helping businesses grow in strategic ways. The business offers brand naming, corporate anthropology, SEO, logos, graphic design, web development, and overall marketing services. Jacqueline fixes glitchy brands who need more sales or need to launch and beat out competitors. Van Oort Electric opened in Melvin Van Oort's garage in Rudolph, Wisconsin in 1964. The company has grown into a leader in the electrical industry in the upper Midwest with locations across the state and into the upper peninsula, offering electrical contracting services along with telecommunications, electrical engineering, HVAC controls, and more. The business has never lost its family focus and is proud to count more than 90 employees who have been with the company for 15 years or more. Van Oort Electric takes pride in offering a safe work environment for both its employees and partners.
Okay, so now here's the moment. I'd like to ask that the finalists please stand in the business to consumer category when named and remain standing until the recipient is announced. We have Health in Motion, Krieger's Bakery, Restlawn Memorial Park, LLC, Young Glitch Marketing Studio, and Van Oort Electric Company. Let's give them all a big round of applause. Now for the big moment.
So I get an envelope, I guess.
Oh, you get. There you go, that envelope.
We'll try this again. The recipient of the 2024 Small Business of the Year Award in the Business to Consumer category is Van Oort Electric. Gentlemen,
Thank you very much.
congratulations.
I sure wasn't expecting this, so hopefully I wrote down a couple notes. Just set this down so I can look at a couple of my notes. I'm not a very good public speaker, but we'll give it our best. I don't know how we got chosen out of the other 5 finalists. You know, we're honored and humbled just to be nominated and then to make the finals and then to actually get it. So we're really honored. Really thank whoever is involved with the decisions for doing this. I know the video showed a little bit about our company. It was started by my father in 1964. We started out of the basement of our house, moved to the garage, and in 1970, we became part of the Wausau community. We bought a contractor. It was actually called Electrical Contracting. It was owned by Wally Munt, and basic agreement was to keep his people working, and that's about all he wanted other than the building and the supplies that he provided with us. Through that, we expanded our territories. We did a lot of work in the Wausau area, central Wisconsin area. We ended up expanding further in the Rhinelander area shortly after that, Fox Valley, and now we're in Eau Claire, Madison, and Milwaukee areas, and we bought a company up in the UP. But without my father's start, we wouldn't be where we're at. I was 13 years old when I first heard about Van Oort Electric. Excuse me. We were on a father-son fishing trip up to Atacocan, Alaska, and he says, next year I'm starting my own business. And I turned 12 on that trip, and I said, well, I'm just thinking to myself, that's pretty bold. I have 8 sisters and a brother, so there was 9 kids in the family at the time. So it was a pretty bold move, but he knew what he was doing. I learned a lot from him, his hard work, his dedication, his honesty, his integrity. That's why, it's a big reason why we're here today. I'm second generation, my son Mike is third generation, and in May 20th, we'll be in business 60 years. We're pretty proud of that. Thank you. We're third generation, we hope to be around another 60 years. A lot of reason for our success, like most successful businesses, we have good employees. We treat them right, and they do a lot of good work for us. They want to take care of our customers as much as they want to take care of us. We have a good safety attitude in our company. We pass it down. We have 4 full-time safety supervisors. It's not a punishment. We look at it as helping our company be successful by being safe. I have to thank my wife for putting up with me for the last 47 years. We just celebrated our 47th anniversary in March. I think I'll kind of end with that. I could thank a lot of people that were responsible for the success of Van Aert. I worked for some foremen when I was a kid, and then through my college years, and I learned a lot from them, probably more from them than I taught people in our business. So with that, I'll end. Thanks a lot.
Congratulations again to Van Aert Electric Company. Now we will move on to the Charitable Nonprofit Award category. The Charitable Nonprofit Award category recognizes nonprofit organizations serving the greater Wausau area. Last year, the Never Forgotten Honor Flight was the recipient. And before we move on to recognizing this year's recipient, we invite the organization's board president, Ken Moberg, and co-founder James Campbell to reflect on receiving this award last year.
The Never Forgotten Honor Flight is an all-volunteer organization, and it takes an army of volunteers to put together the trip of a lifetime for our veterans. What this award has meant to us more than anything is a recognition of all of the people who have made it happen 45 times in 14 years, benefiting 4,399 veterans and counting. Our volunteers number in the hundreds. Currently 205 are serving. And our donor base numbers in the thousands. To date, 5,277 donors have contributed. Our thanks go out to all of our volunteers and our donors, and to the community that keeps showing up at the airport and saying the words our veterans have longed to hear since the days of their service. And those words are, welcome home. We are still looking for veterans. We want to fly every eligible veteran, and that means everyone who has served in the military prior to 1975, May 1975. Now it's time to take a look at this year's finalists in the Charitable Nonprofit category.
Charitable Nonprofit category. Greg Semke survived a near-death ATV accident and found his purpose in life. Semke founded the Christmas in July charity to help children in need at the Marshfield Children's Hospital. The organization, celebrating its 10-year shareversary this year, has collected thousands of toys for the children and donated more than $400,000 with equipment and services that reduce anxiety, stress, and fear among young patients. Santa Greg works closely with the hospital's child life specialists, providing important tools needed to help children. Habitat for Humanity of Wausau has been working since 1990 to provide affordable housing in the region. The organization has partnered to build 71 homes in the area, with 2 more homes currently under construction. Habitat for Humanity of Wausau acts as both the builder and financer for new home construction and offers a new critical home repair program. The organization is supported by local volunteers, students exploring trades education, corporate partners, the faith community, local foundations, and the Habitat for Humanity of Wausau products support the world where everyone has a decent place to live. Health First Network, Inc. is a nonprofit network of reproductive health, mental health, and nutrition education clinics that offer low and no-cost services to those of all ages, genders, and income levels. The organization serves those both inside and outside the local community. The organization's success can be found in nutritionally healthier families through the WIC program, decreased unintended pregnancy rates, and increased awareness of sexually transmitted infections. Using a person-centered approach, Health First offers innovative clinical care through expanded service hours and strategic locations.
All right, here it is, the moment again. We'll ask once more for the finalists to all stand and remain standing until the recipient is named. We start with Christmas in July Charity. Habitat for Humanity. And Health First Network. Big round of applause for all of our finalists. Moment of truth.
The recipient of the 2024 Small Business Award in the Charitable Nonprofit category is
Christmas in July. Come on. Bring it. This has been going on for a while. I'm going to need some of that myself. Are you ready?
I told you.
Right here.
Right there, baby. Right there. Who's got it?
My friend, congratulations.
I'll tell you the story, but it's all in fun.
Do I get anything for this? You get this right here, this little card.
That's a Venner electric on it.
Oh, that thing. That's right. The president.
I coached softball for many, many, many years, and I'd done this. And watching the high school basketball games, right? And we just went through March Madness, and what does the coach do? He raises us up, right? And then what does he do? He gives it to the people who made it possible. I had a piece of paper here.
What did I tell you? Speak from the heart.
I'm going to speak from the heart. Oh, here it is. No, it isn't. Okay. Here comes from the heart. How many of you attended the Michael J. Fox conversation last year at the Grand? I was there, my wife, and let me paraphrase. What he said was the Parkinson's disease that he had, that disease, was one of the best things that could have happened to him. He said, I am able to help so many people out, and I've met so many people. It's unbelievable because I can help them out. Now, I do not have a disease. I do not have any terminal sickness at all. But I did have a near fatal ATV accident.
about 14 years ago. And I spent a couple of weeks in a trauma center at Marshall Hospital. And I had all kinds of injuries, but I remember the doctor, before I was released, he came and talked to me. And he says, you know, Greg, there are things that I can explain medically. And there's things that I just cannot explain medically. And you're one that I cannot explain this. Because you see, when I first reviewed your test results and I examined you myself, I told my staff, you know, doesn't look good. Because you see, Greg, you were supposed to leave the hospital, but not walking out of the hospital and not in a wheelchair, but in a body bag. This was the severity of the injuries. He couldn't explain it. He says, God has something apparently he wants you to do because he said no to you this time. He said no. And I want to have you, I want you to really think about that. Because you're supposed to be doing something that you haven't done before. And he's waiting for that to happen. Well,
you gotta have fun. See, I really can't stand behind one of those things, so. I gave that a lot of thought about that, and one of the things that I always like to do is do things for children. And they have a very special place in my heart. And when he said, well, what am I supposed to be, do something with what God wants you to do, I didn't know what that was. I had absolutely no idea. So, I said I want to do something for kids, but I don't know what that is. I really don't know what that is. Help me with whatever that is. Well, I did a thing first of all, for a couple years for St. Jude Research Hospital and raised money for that, for the kids with cancer. I did that for a number of years, and I raised a good amount of money for them. And I became close friends with a guy from Chicago who was a St. Jude representative. And we became friends and stuff, and I said I wanted to go to the St. Jude Hospital in Tennessee. He said, well, you can go anytime you want. I said, well, I don't want to go as a visitor. I want to do something. He said, I think I have something. He said, I know you like playing Santa Claus for different organizations, et cetera, et cetera. Why don't we do a Christmas in July in Tennessee? And I said, well, what is that? He said, well, the hospital's way too big, so you can't do the whole thing. But you can just come in as Santa Claus and visit with some of the kids. I says, you're on. I want to do that. I want to do that. So, like any organization, I had to fill out a big questionnaire because they had to check my background and everything. And I didn't understand the questions, so I called the guy in Chicago. And when I asked for him from the switchboard, they told me he no longer works at St. Jude Hospital. I lost my only connection. Okay, I lost my only connection. Tell me when my 10 minutes is up. Thank you, Van for not taking 10. So, I said, let's do this, and he's not there. And I lost all my connections, and I was in a state of depression because I thought that's what I was supposed to do. I thought that was it, to help the kids at St. Jude Hospital and raise money for them, raise money for that organization. and now my main connection is gone. Well, when I was doing, collecting money for St. Jude, I did raffles in town here. They asked businesses for, not for money, but for things I could put on raffles. So I did this big raffle. And that's how we made all the money. You know, that through raffle drawings and selling raffles, and had all kinds of issues, things of that nature. And a number of times, when I talk to people selling tickets, they said to me, why don't you do something more local? Why don't you do something more local? And I said, set it up. You can have fun, but my goodness. So, I hate this when it happens, you lose your thought. You gotta have fun, folks. That's what I'm all about. But, so, you know, I was really down in the dumps because this is what I'm supposed to do it, and that's all done. It's done. Nothing happened. But when I was selling those raffles and everybody saying global or local, I went to bed one night and knock knock. Hey, dummy. Yeah. I answered the word dummy. Hey, dummy. Yeah. And I said, how many times were you given the thought of doing something more local? And it dawned on me, where's the dedicated children's hospital in central and northern Wisconsin? Marshfield Children's Hospital. And I went, okay. I called them the next day, absolutely cold. I was transferred a few times, and I finally got with this gal, and we talked about it. So I explained, I asked them if they do a Christmas in July, do they do a Christmas in July event there? They know, what is that? Well, they do this in July. And I would come in as Santa Claus and do some presents and some kids and that sort of thing. And she loved the idea. And I said, oh, fantastic, lovely. We hung up. I said, now what the heck am I going to do? I had no idea. This evolved in Santa riding a motorcycle in July. And that happened, this will be our 10th year, 10-year anniversary for this. And so Santa, in full attire, rides a motorcycle with about 200 motorcycles behind him, going from Bull Falls, Harley-Davidson here to the Marshfield Children's Hospital. And all the kids are outside, they come outside and to see Santa come in on a motorcycle, and they're on wheelchairs, and they're staying there, they even have a few that come out on the hospital beds. The whole 9 yards are out there waiting for Santa to come in on that motorcycle of his. It has grown over the 10 years. We collect 5,000-6,000 toys a year for the kids. And over the first 9 years, we have raised over $400,000 for the hospital. That $400 is raised every year for a special project that the child life specialists at our hospital would like to have, but they cannot keep it into the budget. You see things on the Marshfield Hospital about how tight it is and they're laying off people and that sort of thing. They don't have money to spend on other things. That's my niche. That's a cherry niche. To buy stuff that they cannot afford or can put into the budget. And that's what I do. And that's what we do. I'm just going to give you two examples is all of what those are. We put in a specialized movie system for the children's MRI machine. They watch a movie while they're having the MRI event being done. Before this time, they had to be sedated so they would stay still, because you have to stay still. And if you have cancer, and numerous children at Marshfield Children's have cancer, You have to do a full body scan. That full body scan takes up to 2 to 3 hours. And a little child's got to lay still? No, so they sedated them. After sedation, they have to stay in the hospital for 8 to 10 hours to make sure that they are okay. The movie system is installed, it's working perfectly. The sedations are nil to none, and the kids love it because they can download any movie they want to watch. Any movie they want to watch. And rather than calling the MRI machine and telling them what it's all about, it's the WAOW movie theater. Oh, movie theater. I'm going to go see the movie in the WAOW movie theater. It's not the MRI machine anymore. It's a movie theater, and they go in there and they're just as quiet and calm. There's noise canceling headphones so they can't hear the magnets, et cetera, et cetera. It works fantastic. This past year, we raised money for the very first ever facility dog for the Children's Hospital. That hospital, you're going to be seeing maybe hopefully in September, because this little pooch is in training right now for the hospital. And hopefully he will graduate from school and have his internship done by September. And we're going to all go down to Georgia, where he's being trained, and bring him home. It'll be the first time ever that that hospital had a facility dog that is a full-time employee. That dog will be there every day. That dog will be able to see kids every day. Sustainability for children in need. It takes down their anxiety, their stress, et cetera, et cetera. So that dog is there in the emergency room. That dog will be there in treatment rooms. That dog will be in patients' rooms to have blood drawn or whatever it might be. Any place a child might have anxiety, that therapy dog will be there as their best friend in need. I only have about 15, 20 minutes to go. I did one time, I interviewed on Channel 9. He says, no, you too long. We only have a half hour show. So, we're 10-year anniversary. I want to thank everybody here. So it's absolutely wonderful. I want to thank Jim for that smooch. Oh, I didn't tell you that story yet. Okay, it's coming up. And
Please, that's a secret.
yeah, no, I can't keep secrets. And I just want to thank everybody. 10-year anniversary, we have a lot of things going on. Please like us or follow us on Facebook, Christmas in July Charity. Please do that. We have a lot of things going on. We've got a lot of events coming up. We have the ride itself is July 27th. Okay, and come on down to Bull Falls Raleigh Davidson. If you drive a car, a truck, a motorcycle, it doesn't matter. Come on to the hospital. We got a special event going on. Santa's inviting kids for the past 10 years back to the hospital and having a great program that we're going to have there. We have a golf outing coming up in September. We have that. We will be at the Balloon Rally. All right, yes, we are having that this year. The Balloon Rally. And we'll be serving ice cream and that there. Come on, have some ice cream. That's all fundraising. And we also have a dinner later on in the year that we have that we help with another fundraiser. So if you're with a company that looking for sponsorship for something, or helping us with donations, or helping us with anything, please see me, because we sure need more people to help this and help the kids out. 8,000 children plus a year. 8,000 children plus a year go through that hospital. You want to hear a story? Or am I too long? I was too long, half hour ago, Jim said. Last year, we were nominated for we were finalists for this honor. That too. Yes. And all of a sudden, Jim and I are talking on the phone. And he's here, by here. I said, hey, congratulations. He says, well, what about it? He said, well, I just want to congratulate you, because if anybody deserves that, is the Never Forgotten Honor Flight for the fantastic work they do with the veterans in the community. And he goes, yeah, well, Greg, I know what you guys do. I really do. And, when that all happens and who knows who's gonna win. Deep down in my heart, I just wanna let you know that I hope you take second place. That's my buddy Jim. So I told him this year, because I know he had to give it to us, I says, if we're it, I'm gonna give you a big smack on the lips. Was it good?
It was pretty good. Thank you very much.
This is a very special honor to be recognized. And as, Venner or from Patriot or you're from Honor Flight, it gets the word out. It's positive things that are happening in this community. And how often do we see that? Good things are happening, and this is what this is going to be. We're going to use this as that with other speaking engagements that I have throughout the central and northern Wisconsin for the hospital. So again, thank you very much, and have a great evening.
Don't forget your award.
You don't take this back to the table with you?
I would have brought a chair.
Well, again, congratulations to Christmas in July Charity and to all of the finalists, and of course every finalist is truly deserving of recognition. Let's give everyone a big round of applause again. And here I thought I was the only one they turned the microphone off on.
Guess not, no.
Mine's intentional, though. That's the problem. Well, we ask that all of the award recipients gather out in the registration area for photos right here after the ceremonies.
So thank you again to all of our Business Month sponsors for making this event possible. We ask that you join us for a social reception immediately following our closing remarks. It's a great time to congratulate this year's recipients and finalists and just get to connect with everyone that is here. Before we go, we want to invite up Chamber President Dave Ekman to give a few words.
Thank you. Dave Ekman, President and CEO of the Greater Wausau Chamber. Folks, we are truly blessed in this community. With the breadth of businesses that we have here, and the not-for-profits that serve so many in our community. And Greg, congratulations. Venner, congratulations. And all the rest of you for all that you do to help build this community. Free enterprise. Free enterprise is critically important to a community like the Greater Wausau region. It's free enterprise, it's the business community at the heart of it that provide the jobs, the commerce, to families, to the goods and services that we require here in our industries. And when you look around this room, without a strong effort of free enterprise, we have nothing. It's business and industry that drive the growth of which supports our public good through revenues, taxation, things that go to support this community, this state. Without thriving businesses, our not-for-profits suffer. We still experience today the largesse of people who committed over a century ago to this community, the Wausau Group and others, to build that foundational economy of which we enjoy today. We must, from the Chamber of Commerce perspective, we must continue to be that voice of business and free enterprise. I have to leave here shortly to go down to City Council to make sure our business voice is heard tonight. I want to thank all of you. I love this job. I've got a team and a board that loves the work we do and all of us do together to build a healthy and vibrant Greater Wausau. And I just want to thank all of you. Keep on going. Keep doing what we do. And you need us, you call us for anything. Okay? Thank you for being here and enjoy yourself. Thanks.
All right, that's all we have. Go enjoy yourselves now.